In the bottom, a separate food freezer for 66 pounds of frozen food. At the top, a 9 cubic foot refrigerator with cyclomatic defrosting. A picture window hydrator that swings...
The role of the housewife has forever been defined by the tools of the trade. But as those tools cut her work in half and even work on their own, the housewife has stopped evolving and started a revolution, ceasing to be a housewife altogether.
You have modern appliances all over your home. But when it comes to vacuum cleaners, are you living in another era? Using a heavy, clunky, weak vacuum cleaner that hasn't changed much in 20 or 30 years? Vacuum cleaners for today, not yesterday.
The vacuum cleaner was a revolutionary invention. The earliest models were huge and bulky and extremely difficult for a housewife to move on her own. Eventually, however, companies such as Hoover and Eureka began producing portable, lightweight models in the 1940s. Vacuums at the time were mainly sold through door-to-door salesmen and were not readily available to everyone. Those who did own vacuum cleaners proclaimed them to be incredible time savers, leaving more time to spend cooking, the only chore that had not yet been made easier by household innovations.
The new Dyson vacuum has a ball that allows it to turn on a dime. This ball also houses the technology.
Brand new attachment with the one and only GE swivel top.
For every surface in your home.
Only $89.95.
That enables our engineers to make a small vacuum with the cleaning power of a big vacuum. The new Dyson, no loss of suction, small size, big performance.
From the beginning, the life of a cook has never been easy. There was always something.
But now there's Ward's incredible microwave oven. It'll defrost, simmer, bake. It has a removable browning element. There's a temperature probe. Cooks a complete meal for 4 in less than an hour. It makes a cook's life easy. Of course, good help is still hard to find.
Because cleaning was not the only task with which the housewife needed assistance, cooking was made easier by the microwave oven. No one had formally recognized a need for a faster method of cooking until the first microwave oven was accidentally built. When Dr. Percy Spencer was researching and experimenting with radar in 1946, he discovered that the magnetron tube he had been using in his work to project microwaves was melting a chocolate bar he had left nearby. He and a coworker proceeded to leave corn kernels and raw eggs in the tube's vicinity while it was running, his vague experiments proving that microwaves had the capability to cook food. From there, Spencer put a magnetron into a box that trapped and concentrated the energy, effectively creating the first rudimentary microwave oven. And from there, engineering teams went on to develop a machine specifically designed for cooking food rapidly. In 1947, the Raytheon Company released the first commercial microwave oven. The early machines were over 5 feet tall, were extremely expensive, and were cooled by water, which meant that it was necessary to hook them up to plumbing, making them unpopular and impractical. However, the machines soon became smaller and less expensive, and a more efficient air cooling system was employed.
We'll have a good time, just rely on me. Don't make you...
The improvements did not just extend to the cleaning of floors and clothes. Hand-washing dishes was another tedious task that included the possibility of ruining expensive dishware. One woman, Josephine Garris Cochran, sought to resolve this issue and set to work creating the first dishwasher. The machine, which was enormous and looked more like a printing press than a modern dishwasher, was patented on December 28, 1886, though it required too much manual labor to operate for it to be popular at the time. The commercial dishwasher did not receive much attention and only became a demand for home use 65 years later. The first portable automatic dishwasher, the Mobile Maid by General Electric, was shipped out from Kentucky where it was produced in 1954. Since then, dishwashers have been produced and improved upon by many companies and have become a fixture in over 70% of households in America.
Our dishwashers wonderful?
Yes, indeed they are. I always say there's nothing like a dishwasher to keep your home a happy one. And if any of you still don't have one, you ought to get a demonstration of a hot point dishwasher. I just love mine. It not only saves me from a job that nobody likes, it actually does a better job of washing dishes than I could do by hand.
The first washing machines after around 1900, when the scrub-imitating washers lost popularity, were faulty and dangerous. Water would drip into the circuitry, and the mechanisms sometimes shredded clothing instead of washing it. A series of problem-solving techniques, including the encasing of each of the different internal parts to separate them, and changing the building material of the washing machine, was implemented to create a problem-free machine. The still popular agitator washing machine was produced first in 1920 by the Beatty brothers in Canada, replacing the ring feature with the spin cycle and marking the beginning of real progress in perfecting the washing machine. The clothes dryer began its growth as a primitive metal drum with holes drilled through it on all sides. This was turned manually over an open flame. Following this design were spin dryers, which the user cranked very fast until most of the water had been pulled out of the clothes, which were then hung out to dry. Gas and electric dryers, both more recent inventions, operate in the same way as the original dryer, but the heat sources come from gas and electricity respectively, and the spinning section operates automatically.
Too rugged. Just plain too rugged. You know, I really think Maytag overdoes it.
With commercial-grade components, like a heavy-duty metal base and durable metal drive system, the new Maytag Performance Series washer and dryer. Built strong to last long.
Tell me about it.